Have you ever felt that wave of anxiety just before walking up to someone you were really attracted to? You know that feeling, the tightness in your chest, the dry throat, the quiet but brutal voice in your head whispering, she's going to reject you. And when the rejection hits, it's not just a rejection of your words. It's a rejection of you, your presence, your energy, your potential. The fear isn't just of being told no. It's the gut-wrenching feeling that the no might mean you don't matter. You're not enough. That kind of rejection cuts deep. It can feel like the woman isn't just declining a conversation, but rejecting your very existence, your future, your bloodline. It is a subtle but crushing emotional blow that tells you you're not someone whose legacy deserves to continue. And we often sugarcoat this rejection with polite words like, let's just be friends. But behind those soft words sometimes lies a hard truth. You weren't chosen. In that moment, it can feel like all of nature, life itself, is turning its back on you. The hidden fear most men carry. There are millions of men, perhaps more than you'd ever guess, who live under a quiet shadow of fear. A fear so profound that when it comes to women, some can't even say hello. Some panic just thinking about picking up the phone. Many have gone their entire lives without feeling chosen, without feeling seen or valued by the opposite sex. These are the invisible men of the world, men who are too afraid to try and therefore too insignificant to notice. They're not movie stars, they're not athletes. No one tells stories about them, but they're real. They live among us, and their pain is not trivial, it's existential. The world doesn't see them. It doesn't care what happens to them. They're labeled as losers and left behind by a system that rewards only the bold, the charming, or the powerful. But it doesn't have to stay that way. What makes women so powerful and why that's okay? There's a reason women are often associated with nature and myth, symbol, and story. Nature selects what lives and what dies. Nature shapes the future. And in the human world, women often play that role. They choose. Unlike some animals where the strongest male gets all the attention simply by overpowering others, women are different. Female humans are discerning. They don't just mate with whoever is closest. They choose. They select. And in doing so, they shape the next generation. This isn't just symbolic. It's real, it's biology. It's society. And it's painful because it means many men are left unchosen. Many women have children. Many women have partners, but millions of men go unloved, untouched, and unnoticed. That's not a judgment on women. It's not their fault. It's simply the reality of selection. And if you've ever been passed over, you felt this truth in your bones. The root of that feeling of powerlessness. You can't fake worth. Not for long. You can't manipulate someone into valuing you if you don't even value yourself. So the pain that comes with being ignored or rejected isn't just about her, it's about you. It's about looking in the mirror and not liking what you see. It's about realizing you've been living on the sidelines of your own life, hoping someone would come save you, but they won't. They never do. So what happens? Some men become bitter, some disappear. Some just give up, but others decide to rise. The way out is within. You cannot chase your way into work. You cannot beg, bargain, or plead your way into love. You cannot build your life around someone else's validation. You have to stop chasing and start building. Build your mind, build your body, build your discipline, build your purpose. Start creating a life so grounded, so powerful, so undeniably valuable that the world can't ignore you anymore. Even if it wants to, and here's the twist, when you do that, something strange happens. You stop needing to be chosen because you've already chosen yourself. You become whole. You become strong, you become magnetic, not because you're chasing, but because you're standing still rooted in your own strength. Don't be ruled by your emotions. Understand them. We all get overwhelmed. We all get possessed by powerful emotions. Sometimes it's fear. Sometimes it's obsession. Sometimes it's anger or despair. These feelings can take over our vision, our thoughts, our behaviors. When you're angry, the world looks like a threat. When you're desperate, every silence feels like rejection. When you're obsessed, every no feels like a loss you can't recover from. But here's the key, you are not your feelings. You're something deeper, something that can observe those feelings, something that can transform them, something that can look at those emotions and say, I am not my feelings, I am more than this. You're not a puppet to your urges. You're the one who chooses which thoughts to nourish, which patterns to break, and which direction to walk in. You are not just a man rejected, you are a man becoming. The real work is becoming the man you were meant to be. You don't need to be perfect. You don't need to be rich. You don't need to be famous, but you do need to be real, honest, strong, centered, capable. If you want to be respected, you have to be respectable. If you want love, you have to become lovable, not just by others, but by yourself. You don't get there by chasing approval, you get there by pursuing meaning. By setting a direction for your life, by confronting your darkness, not hiding from it. When you do that, you start to walk a different path. You don't move through the world asking for permission. You move with purpose, and people can feel that, from lost to legendary. There are men right now, maybe like you, who feel invisible, alone, unwanted. But invisibility is not destiny. You can change. You can learn, you can rise. You can become someone whose presence is undeniable. Not because you're loud, but because you're real.